All right, let's dive into a topic that might not be at the top of everyone's mind, but is actually super important for every homeowner, especially here in Toronto. We're talking about drain camera inspection.
Ah, yes, drain camera inspection.
So we're going to explore why it's so crucial in a city like ours. I mean, think about it. We've got aging infrastructure, tons of tree roots, and let's be honest, a food scene that can be a little bit, well, rough on our drains.
You're not wrong there. Toronto's food scene is amazing, but yeah, it can definitely take a toll on our plumbing.
So joining me today is a plumbing expert who's going to shed some light on all things drain camera inspection. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So maybe we can start with the basics for those who are new to this.
Mm.
What exactly is drain camera inspection?
Well, it's essentially like getting an X-ray for your drains.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
Yeah, it allows us to see exactly what's going on inside your pipes without any digging.
No digging.
Yeah.
That's music to my ears.
Right. It's a non-invasive way to identify any problems that might be lurking beneath the surface.
So walk me through it. How does it actually work?
It's pretty simple, actually. We use a high-resolution camera attached to a flexible rod.
Like a tiny little submarine for your drains.
Exactly. And we carefully insert this camera into your drain pipes. The camera transmits a live video feed to a monitor, giving us a crystal clear view of the interior condition of your pipes.
So no more guessing games. You can actually see what's causing the problem.
Precisely. Whether it's a clog, a crack, a root intrusion, or something else entirely, we can pinpoint the issue with accuracy.
That's got to be a relief for homeowners. I mean, in the past, plumbers had to rely on guesswork and often ended up digging up entire yards just to find a tiny crack.
You're absolutely right. Drain camera inspection has revolutionized the plumbing industry, making it more efficient, less invasive, and ultimately more cost-effective for homeowners.
Speaking of cost-effective, I know that's a big concern for a lot of people. But isn't it more expensive to wait until a problem becomes a major issue?
Absolutely. Catching issues early can save you a ton of money in the long run.
So it's like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right?
Exactly. Drain camera inspection is an investment in the health and longevity of your plumbing system.
Okay, so I'm convinced. Drain camera inspection is a good idea, but when exactly should homeowners consider getting one?
Well, there are a few key signs that might indicate it's time to call in the experts.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Sure. If you're experiencing recurring clogs or slow drains, that's definitely a red flag.
Yeah, those are never fun.
Or if you notice any unusual odors or gurgling sounds coming from your drains.
That's a sure sign something's not right.
Exactly. And of course, if you're buying a new property, a drain camera inspection is always a wise investment.
It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look at the property's plumbing before you commit.
Precisely. You want to make sure there aren't any hidden surprises lurking beneath the surface.
I was actually reading some HomeStars reviews the other day, and I came across some incredible stories from Toronto homeowners who avoided major plumbing disasters thanks to camera inspections.
Oh, I'd love to hear about those.
One homeowner in Vaughan was dealing with a burst pipe emergency,
Oh, wow, that's serious.
and the plumbing company that came to the rescue, Master Drain, they not only fixed the pipe, but also did a camera inspection of the main sewer line just to be sure there weren't any other hidden issues.
That's a perfect example of proactive plumbing care.
I know, right? And then there was another homeowner from Etobicoke who had a backflow drain situation during a heavy rainstorm.
Oh, I can imagine the mess.
Again, Master Drain came to the rescue. Thanks to a camera inspection, they were able to pinpoint the exact problem and prevent what could have been a serious flood.
Those stories really highlight the importance of drain camera inspection. It's not just about fixing the immediate problem, it's about gaining a comprehensive understanding of your plumbing system and preventing future issues.
So let's talk about those potential problems. What are some common drain issues that Toronto homeowners should be aware of?
Well, tree roots are a big one in our city.
Yeah, I've heard those can be a nightmare.
They sure can. Tree roots are constantly searching for water and nutrients, and our sewer lines, unfortunately, fit the bill perfectly.
So they just snake their way in, causing all sorts of havoc.
Exactly. And they can grow quite large, leading to serious blockages.
Okay, so tree roots are on our plumbing hit list. What else should we be on the lookout for?
Well, Toronto's diverse food scene, while delicious, does contribute to another common issue: grease buildup.
Ah, yes. All those delicious greasy meals can take their toll on our drains.
Exactly. Grease solidifies as it cools and can create stubborn blockages that are really tough to remove without professional help.
So it's not just about what goes down the drain, it's about what happens to it once it's there.
You got it. And then there's the issue of aging infrastructure. Toronto has a mix of old and new pipes, each with its own set of vulnerabilities.
All right, so even if your home is relatively new, it's still a good idea to get those drains inspected.
Absolutely. You never know what might be lurking beneath the surface.
Speaking of lurking beneath the surface, let's talk about a company that really stands out in this field here in Toronto. Master Drain.
Oh, yeah, I've heard great things about them.
They're a leading drain and plumbing company established in 2002, and they've got a 98% rating on HomeStars, which is pretty impressive.
That's definitely a testament to their expertise and commitment to customer satisfaction.
So what sets them apart? What kind of services do they offer?
Well, they offer a comprehensive range of services, including drain cleaning and unclogging, drain repiping and lining, leak detection, sewer line repair, basement waterproofing, and even sump pump installation.
Wow, they really are a one-stop shop for all your drain and plumbing needs.
They are. And here's something I find particularly helpful for homeowners. Master Drain can actually help you navigate the process of getting rebates from the City of Toronto for certain plumbing upgrades.
That's fantastic. Saving money on essential upgrades is always a win. So it sounds like they're not just about fixing problems, they're about providing solutions and helping homeowners make informed decisions.
Exactly. They're committed to educating their customers and empowering them to take control of their plumbing health.
Well, speaking of the bigger picture here, I think what's really fascinating about drain camera inspection is that it's not just about fixing problems.
Right.
It's about empowering homeowners, giving them the knowledge and tools to take care of their plumbing.
I agree. It's about understanding what's going on beneath the surface and being proactive.
Instead of reactive.
Yeah.
Right. It's like that old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And, the technology itself is always evolving, too. We're seeing higher resolution cameras, waterproof cameras, even artificial intelligence being used to analyze the footage.
Wow. AI for our drains. That's pretty wild.
It is. But it makes sense. It can help us identify potential issues even earlier.
So it's like having a super smart plumbing assistant.
Exactly. It's all about staying ahead of the game and keeping those drains flowing smoothly.
Okay, well, before we wrap up, I think it's important to address some of the common concerns that homeowners might have about drain camera inspection.
Good point.
Like, I'm sure a lot of people wondering, do I really need this if I haven't had any problems?
That's a fair question. But, problems can develop slowly over time. You might not even notice anything until it's a major issue.
Because it's better to be safe than sorry, right?
Exactly. Think of it like a checkup for your plumbing system. Just like you go to the doctor for regular checkups, even if you feel fine.
Okay, that makes sense. And how often should homeowners get their drains inspected?
Well, the general recommendation is every 18 to 22 months. But of course, if you have an older home or if you've had plumbing problems in the past, you might want to do it more often.
So it really depends on the individual situation. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Cost. How much does a drain camera inspection actually cost?
Well, the price can vary. It depends on factors like the size of your property and the complexity of the plumbing system.
So there's no fixed number.
Right. But it's important to remember that a camera inspection is much cheaper than fixing a major plumbing problem down the road.
Like a burst pipe or a sewage backup.
Exactly. Those can cost thousands of dollars to repair. So a camera inspection is a small investment that can save you a lot of money in the long run.
Okay, that makes sense. And I've heard some people say they could just do it themselves. Like, can't you just buy a camera and do it yourself?
Well, there are DIY kits available, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Why not?
Because it's not as simple as it looks. It takes a trained eye to interpret the footage and identify potential problems.
Do you need someone who knows what they're looking for?
Exactly. And a professional plumber can also make recommendations for repairs or maintenance, so it's a one-stop shop.
Makes sense. And I know this might seem like a silly question, but is drain camera inspection messy?
Haha, not at all.
I just imagine all sorts of gunk and water splashing everywhere.
I know. But it's actually a very clean process. The camera is inserted through existing access points, so there's no digging or disruption.
Okay, good to know. So it's clean, efficient, and can potentially save homeowners a lot of money and stress down the road.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation.
All right, so we're back, and we spent this whole deep dive talking about drain camera inspection.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, haven't we?
Definitely. We've seen how it works, talked about the problems it can help us find, even touched on some of that cool new technology. But I think there's one thing we haven't talked about enough, and that's peace of mind.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, knowing that your plumbing is in good shape,
That
that there aren't any hidden problems waiting to explode, I feel like that would just be a huge weight off my shoulders.
I totally agree. And I think a lot of homeowners feel that way. They just want that reassurance.
And that's what a camera inspection can give them, right?
Yeah.
That peace of mind, knowing they're taking care of their home.
Exactly. It turns that uncertainty into confidence. You know what's going on, you can address any issues, and then you can relax.
And speaking of the future, I'm curious about all those advancements you mentioned earlier. Like the AI stuff, that just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. I mean, who would have thought we'd be using AI to analyze our drains?
Right. It's like something out of a movie. But I guess it makes sense. The more information we have, the better we can take care of things.
Exactly. And it's not just the AI. The cameras themselves are getting better too. Higher resolution, waterproof.
So we can see every nook and cranny.
Exactly. And the materials for pipes are improving too. More durable, longer lasting.
So everything's moving in the right direction. More efficient, more sustainable.
Exactly. It's a really exciting time to be in the plumbing industry.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about drain camera inspection. From the how-tos to the whys.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much plumbed the depths of this topic.
Good one. But seriously, if there's one thing I hope our listeners take away from this deep dive, it's that proactive plumbing care is key.
Couldn't agree more. A camera inspection might seem like a small thing, but it can make a huge difference in the long run.
And, if you're here in Toronto and looking for experts in drain camera inspection, well, we've mentioned them a lot already, but Master Drain really does seem like the go-to company.
Yeah, they're a great resource, experienced, knowledgeable, and they really care about their customers.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure.
The pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.